Alright, I'm rolling a little 1984 IPA inside Pitch Advanced. I'm rolling opening day 1984 Yankees Royals in Kansas City. I'm actually in the top of the third. It's Bud Black and Ron Guidry. Royals lead at 5-0. Balboni hit a 3-run shot. Concepcion also homered. It's 5-zip top three. Ken Griffey is leading off for the Yankees against Bud Black. Yankees have gone 6 up, 6 down so far. Let's just roll an inning or two, see what happens. We got a 2-6 on Black, which is a K chance. Now, Griffey against a lefty is a 5. Ballpark takes one away as a 4, and the D20 is a 6, so no strikeout. Griffey will bat. And we got a 4-2 on Griffey, and a 4-2 on Griffey is just a ground ball to first base. Black gets his 7th in a row. And with one out, it'll be Rick Cerrone. So Cerrone against Black. Yankees looking for their first base runner. And we got an 8-2 on Black and an 8-2 on Black against Cerrone's a righty is another K chance. Cerrone against a lefty is a 9 minus 1 is 8. That's a 5 on the D20. And Cerrone is down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Black. 2 out, nobody on. And that'll bring up Tim Foley playing short. Batting ninth for the Yankees. And we got a 5-4 on Black, 5-4. That's a hit by pitch -2. Foley, hit by pitch is a, where's his hit by pitch? Is an 8. So 8 minus 2 is 6, and that's a 1. So that is a hit by pitch. Foley will be on first for the Yankees' first base runner. It's not a hit, but they'll take it. And that'll bring up Omar Moreno. Now, Foley is an N for attempt, so he's not going anywhere. We'll roll the D20. I guess there is a small hit and run chance here with Moreno. And we get a 10, so that's nothing. So Moreno will swing. Runner on first, 2 out. Yankees trailing by 5 here in the top of the third. 7-5 on Black is an auto out. So the 7-5 on Black is an auto out 8, and that is going to be a ground ball to short to end the inning. So we go bottom 3. Yankees trailing 5-0. Guidry has struggled, but he's still trying to give him some innings here. And Bye-Bye Balboni will lead it off. Steve Bye-Bye Balboni has homered. He homered in the first inning, a 3-run shot. Ex-Yankee. Came back to bite them. So we'll see what happens here. Guidry trying to get Balboni this time. We got a 5-3 on Guidry. 5-3 on Guidry is a K chance. Balboni against the lefty is a 25K, so the -1 won't help him. Balboni strikes out for the first out, and that is Guidry's first strikeout. Guidry has struggled, and that is his first strikeout of the game. Bring up Darryl Motley with 1 out, nobody on. Motley singled and scored in the first inning as well. He scored on a Don Slaught triple. 3-2 on Guidry. 3-2 on Guidry is also a K chance. Motley against lefties is a 7 minus 1 is a 6. That's a 2 on the D20. So Guidry gets his first 2 strikeouts, both here in the third, back to back. And there's 2 out, nobody on for Don Slaught. Don Slaught's another guy who played for the Yankees. Here with the Royals. 2 out, nobody on. I say Slaught tripled and drove in a run in the first inning. Royals scored 4 in the first. It's a 5-2 on Guidry. And that is going to be a range play at the ballpark. So we got a range play at Royal Stadium. And we get a 6-5. And I'm rolling an extra D8, so I already have the range play roll. So the 6-5 against a slots a right-handed hitter, splits on the ballpark harder for the batter. So a 6-5 is a fly to left, but remember now it's a range play, and that's going to be Kemp, Steve Kemp in left field. He's only a 2 in left, and the D8, the extra D8 I rolled is a 3, so he does not make the play. So that is a F7. But a failed range play. That means we got to check Guidry's RP2B. And his RP2B is 1 to 8, and I rolled a 10 on the D20, so it's going to be a single. Single for slot, that was to left. So it was a failed range play on an F7, but it's just a single. Now slot is an N for attempt, so he's not trying to steal. 2 out, runner on first. Sheridan has a 19 for a hit and run, but that doesn't come out. So Pat Sheridan's going to bat. 2 out, runner on first. And we get a 3-7. 3-7 on Guidry is an auto out. So that's a 17, and that's a grounded to third. So that ends the bottom of the third. And we go 5-0 top 4. Let's roll one more inning. Going to be Willie Randolph leading it off against Bud Black. Yankees still don't have a hit. They have a hit by pitch, but no hit. So they have 1 base runner on a hit batter. Willie will bat against Bud Black here in the top of the 4th. He grounded to short in the 1st. And we got a 7-3. 7-3 on Black is a K chance against a lefty. We have 2 lefty pitchers in this game. Willie's a 3 minus 1 is a 2, and believe it or not, it is a 2 on the D20. So Randolph, unlikely, but is a strikeout victim. And that's the 3rd for Black. Ballpark is -1 for K's. So Randolph's 3 became a 2, but it was enough. And that'll bring up Steve Kemp, who struck out in the 1st. 1 out, nobody on. And we got a 4-7 on Black. And a 4-7 on Black is a K chance. Kemp against lefties is a 14 minus the 1 is a 13. That's a 20 though, so Kemp will avoid the strikeout here. And he'll get a chance on his card. And we got a 6-3. 6-3 on Kemp is just a ground ball to second base. There's the 6-3, G4. And there's 2 out, nobody on for Don Baylor. Actually one of my favorite players back in the 80s. I used to love watching him hit. He could hit the ball hard. He really could crush a baseball. So it's Don Baylor against Bud Black. It's a little blurry there. Don Baylor against Bud Black. 2 out, nobody on. And we get a 4-8 on Black is at the ballpark. So this is just a straight at the ballpark. Royal Stadium, 1984, Kansas City. And we get a 1-3 on the ballpark card. And a 1-3 on the ballpark card is an S plus 8. 1-3 is an S plus 8. So it's a single with a chance for a double. Now, what is the formula? Is base running, was it +4? I got a cheat sheet here. I don't do these too often. Yeah, it's D8 versus ABR, which is the BR +4. So Baylor is a 3 base running. Baylor is a 3 base running. And its +4 is a 7 minus outfield arm. That's a center fielder. That's Sheridan. Sheridan's in center. His arm is a 5. Sheridan is a 5 arm. So that's going to be 3 + 4 is 7 minus the 5 is a 2. So, and I already rolled the extra D8 so we could use it, and it is a 2. So less or equal is safe at second, and Baylor has himself a double. So he's able to stretch that hit. As I roll, I'm rolling an orange extra D8, and it was a 2. I'm rolling a blue and a yellow for the card. So the 1-3 was an S plus 8, and he's able to leg out a double. So yeah, I don't do that too often, but I always gotta forget the formula. It's BR +4 minus outfielder arm, and then gotta roll the D8 to see what happens. All right, Winfield's up, runner on second, 2 out. Baylor is in H, so he ain't going anywhere. And with a runner on second, we're not going to hit and run or sack, so Winfield's just going to swing here. Runner on second, 2 out. Yankees get their first hit. It's an S+ for Don Baylor, and now Winnie with a chance to drive in a run here. And Bud Black, we get a 2-8, and a 2-8 is just a blank. So we're going to go to Winfield's card. Dave Winfield hit .340 in '84. Had a big year. He was in a batting race with Mattingly, who's not playing here today. We got a 1-3, and a 1-3 is an N***1, but there is a runner in scoring position, so we could ignore the N, and it's just going to be a **1, and a **1 is a fly to center. So Black gets Winfield, and the Yankees strand the runner. And we're going to go 5-0 into the bottom of the 4th. Greg Pryor is going to lead it off for Kansas City. And the Yankees had their first chance to score, but they couldn't get a run. And they're still being shut out here. 5-0, bottom 4. Pryor grounded to short his first time up. Guidry down a little bit. Guidry trying to settle down and give the Yankees some innings. And we got a 5-4 on Guidry, and that's just a blank. So we'll go to Greg Pryor. And that's a 2-5 on Pryor. And that's an S6. That's a base hit, pass short. So a 2-5 S6 for Pryor. He is on. And here's the 2-5. And he is a 1 attempt. Guidry is a 0, so a 1 will steal, give him a chance to steal. Concepcion has some hit and run and sack numbers as well. And 8 is not going to hit anything, though. Onyx Concepcion has, from 15 to 20, he's got stuff going on, but 8 is not going to hit anything, so he'll swing. Runner on first, nobody out. And we get an 8-3 on Guidry. 8-3 is a blank. So on to Concepcion. And we got a 6-7. 6-7 is just flat to right. So that's the first out. Runner scampers back to first base. 1 out for Butch Davis. He doesn't have any hit and run and sack numbers. We'll have the same 1 chance for a steal, right? Let's just double check that with Pryor. Pryor is a 1 to steal. Otherwise, Davis will be swinging, and it's a 16. So Davis is swinging. He is 0 for 2. Grounded to short, fly to right. Should have mentioned Concepcion did homer in the second inning. Solo homer. Okay, we got a 4-3 on Guidry, and that's going to be at the ballpark. So we're at Royal Stadium for this one. Runner on first, 1 out. See what Butch Davis does off the ballpark card. We got a 3-6, and 3-6 is just a fly to center. So a couple of fly balls after that base hit. Pryor back to first base, and it's going to bring up Frank White, veteran Royal, who is 2 for 2 in this game, and he scored a run. He has 2 singles. We still have that 1 for a chance to steal, but we got a 4, and White's hit and run is a 19, so White's just going to be swinging here. And we got a 4-1 on Guidry, and it's a range play 13, and it's a 3, so we do have a range play. Range play in effect here on Frank White's card. And remember, I'm already rolling the extra D8. We got a 7-5 on White, and a 7-5 on White is an S6. So shortstop's going to have a chance to rob this. That is Foley. Foley is a, not using it, I don't have the team defensive card, but Foley is a 4 at shortstop, and it's a 1 on the D8. So Foley is able to make that play, and he robs the hit Frank White gets robbed of a base hit. Nice diving play by Tim Foley to end the inning. So that could have been trouble for Guidry. It would have extended the inning for McRae, but it was not meant to be, as Tim Foley robs him of a hit, and through 4, the Royals lead the Yankees 5-0.